Good morning, Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching this, you're checking in. It is a dreary, chilly day in Kentucky. I woke up with a headache. I slept wrong, but I'm going to make it. I want to talk to you about what I think it is to be a man. Because there seems to be a lot of confusion. Um, you know, this is my opinion only. This is how I was raised, by my grandpa. He imparted a lot of his, you know, beliefs into me, and obviously I think they're the right ways because I think he was the last John Wayne you'll ever meet, and he's still alive. He is the last John Wayne you'll ever meet, and he was a good man, and I think I'm not as screwed up as I could be because he was in my life. Um, I like to say that a man, first and foremost, never lays hands on a woman in anger. Um, and I'm not saying I'm not a dominant, and I'm not saying I haven't partaken in some bondage now and then. However, that's not done in anger. And the truth of the matter of bondage is that the sub, actually is the one with the power because they're the ones that can tell you to ease off or slow down or more or stop or whatever. I mean, if you get a woman to see that safe word, you're doing something pretty good. Anyway, I digress. Um, and I know this is not an easy topic. Laying hands on a woman in anger or a kid in anger or really anybody in anger is the wrong thing to do. Now if you're defending yourself, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, if you're in a fair fight, you're losing, but most of that is a cycle. Somebody's dad abused them, whether physically, mentally, verbally, sexually, and that kid grew up and that's what he was taught, so he is going to repeat the cycle. We're not freaking primitive creatures, okay? We can self-reflect and soul search and look back and see how something made us feel, when and the fear and the pain involved and the trauma involved. And we can say to ourselves, I need to fix this because I want to stop the cycle. My dad or even my mom did something to me and I didn't like it, appreciate it. It made me feel subhuman, and I need to make sure that my kids don't feel the same way and don't do what I was taught. We can self-correct, and it might take more than just a mindset. It might take therapy or whatnot. Asking for help is, in my opinion, one of the manliest things you can do. Because we were taught not to be weak. Most of us were. And asking for help is a weakness. So you asking for help for the betterment of yourself, and not only that, for the betterment of your family and your children and your children's future is, in my opinion, one of the most noble and highest things a man can do. Um, a man has a job. A man takes care of his business. He supports himself and he supports his family. All right, I can't tell you how many women I've talked to that meet a guy and then a month later they're living with her, with their shit kids and, taking her money and not having a job and just sitting around playing friggin' Xbox. And I'm talking about, in 10, 15 years ago, a man sitting around playing Xbox while his, old lady was the breadwinner was unheard of. But now it's just like a normalcy, and that's bullshit. All right, I'm all about me some Minecraft now and then, but you got to have your hustle and you got to do what you got to do to support your people. All right, stop taking advantage of people. Um, a man takes responsibility for his kids. All right, even if the person you had kids with is a shit person, they're your kids. Do something positive. Try and impart all that good stuff into them so they don't grow up and repeat the cycle. We're creatures of habit. I understand that. And I've had some very bad habits I've had to break. But they can be broken. A man is not a racist. I mean, just a man calling himself a racist, in my opinion, is the most ignorant thing you can do because we are all one race. I don't know if you knew that or not. But, or even sexist or even against LB, GT or I screwed that up maybe, but I'm waking up. I apologize. All right. Just because something is different than what you believe in, or just because someone doesn't look like you, or just because someone doesn't identify as you do, does not mean they are wrong. We're all people. We all deserve happiness. All right. You don't have to like it, but don't condemn it and don't try to, go on some sort of vigilante quest to fix it yourself. Don't join a hate group. Don't, post hateful things online to try and screw with people. I mean, I know this sounds like common sense to a lot of us, but this is not common sense whatsoever. All right, people do this. All right, 30-year-olds are sitting in front of an Xbox right now while their old lady is making money for them to eat and buy more games and shit. And they have no intention of getting a job or helping out. Uh, a man can defend himself. And I'm not just talking about defending himself, physically. A man can take care of himself in an aspect that he can change a tire. That he can, when it comes to fisticuffs, he can at least hold his own. And if he can't hold his own, he'll find a way to win. Because if you're in a fair fight, you're losing. Sometimes foul language isn't enough. But if you can't take care of yourself in some way or another, then what good are you to other people? Because you'll be the first to fall. And then your family and whatnot will be the second to fall after you have. I just feel like there's too many pussies in the world. Everyone's too soft. And you know what? If I hadn't joined the military, I might be one of those soft people. I mean, I've always been able to hold my own, but it's certain mindset. The military changes your mindset, and how I was raised is a lot different mindset than how a lot of people were raised. You know, a man has certain things he needs to do, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for equality. I am all for equal, pay for equal work, which hasn't happened yet. I'm for women's rights. However, I just feel like a man, and this might be toxic masculinity talking, but I feel like a man is supposed to be the guy that takes care of business and takes care of his family and does what he has to protect them. All right, and there is nothing wrong with your old lady making more money than you, and there is nothing wrong with your old lady being able to physically kick more ass than you. All right, whatever you're able to do and whatever they're able to do, that's fine. But I feel like a man needs to step up. All right, having a father in a child's life is so important. There's got to be that somebody to look up to and to get advice from and to get, proper upbringing. I just feel like it's a thing. And maybe you've got two moms, and maybe you've got two dads, and that's great too. I just I feel like there just needs to be a male role model in there somewhere, and that's what a man is. He is a role model. He is a leadership by example. Handle business and take care of those who take care of him, and even don't take care of him. One of the most noble things you can do is to take up, being a role model for a kid that's not even yours. And there is I get that from a meme off of Facebook that, dating over 25, first requirement, learn to be a stepdad. Because, that's true. Everyone's breeding and things don't work out. And if you date a woman, at least in Kentucky, if you date a woman 9.5 times out of 10, she's got a kid or 3, or 5, or 7. But don't be afraid to step up. When I say be a man, I'm not talking about going out and getting your Mad Men on where you're slapping your secretary's ass and you're making fun of, gay people, or you're, bar hopping and taking advantage of drunk women. I'm not talking about that toxic masculinity bullshit. I'm talking about step up, be a good person, do unto others as you would want done to you, and be a role model, and teach people right, and break cycles. That's what I'm talking about, being a man. And if you can't be a man, then I suggest you figure it out, or stop dragging other people down around you. There's too much of that too. All right, get off your damn Xbox, get off your PS5s and your Dream Stations, and get a fucking job, take care of your fucking family, and teach your fucking kids right. Yeah. So anyway, that's my spiel for today. I hope you all have a great day. Hopefully this rain will stop. Hopefully my headache will subside. I got a 12-hour shift tomorrow. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But if you're watching this, you're checking in, love one another, take care of each other, be good to each other. Remember, we're all one race. Remember, we're all people, and we all have feelings. And they should be respected. Thank you.